Hello and welcome to part 15 of the Liverpool legacy. What more can I say than we are a good football team. A very good football team. But let's say two little blips. One's a proper blip, one was just a... yeah. Other than that, again, we are dominating. But if you are enjoying the series, do make sure you are leaving a big old thumbs up because they do help us hugely. It brings more eyes on the series. And hopefully brings more people into the community. But also make sure you are hitting that subscribe button up there, and also hit the bell for notifications because that helps me out personally. Obviously, it helps the channel grow and helps bring again more people in. And also, you can leave comments below. Remember, we are smashing through this season as well. So obviously, we want it finished for the launch of the full game on Tuesday. But without further ado, let's head on into the episode. Developing really well, and oh my god, has he been a revelation. Look at his ratings. The Carabao Cup an 8.3. Overall for the season so far a 7.54. 7 goals in 14 and 1 assist. Yeah, in the league, 5 goals in 9. He has been a revelation. Obviously, we've changed the formation to a 4-2-3-1, and Pedri is playing as the advanced playmaker in the attacking midfield role. But yeah, that is how Pedri is coming on right now. I did not expect him to have such an impact as he is having right now. Yeah, and now let's go take a look at the fixtures that we have had in between episodes. Quite a few to catch up on. Obviously, we had the Man City Bournemouth. The first match after that was Manchester UFC. Premier Division, obviously we lost Ronaldo in the 6th minute. Yeah, as you can see, we just struggled. So many poor performances in that match. Then we took on West Ham in the European Super Cup to make it 7 trophies from 7 as a Liverpool manager. You can see, nice easy 3-0 win. Van Dijk, Bellingham, Haaland. Bellingham has scored a few good goals from outside the area, bending into the far top corner. Then we hosted Southampton in the league, where we won 4-0. Another easy victory. Trent, Pedri, and then Erling Haaland with a brace. Then a minor blip, 0-0 against Arsenal. Yeah, and it was a game where we had a few poor performers, like Fati. Joe Gomez didn't do great when he came on. Then we went away to Leicester, where Pedri got a brace to make it 2-0 to us. You can see he's having a blinding season. 8.7 he got in that game. He's just pulling all the strings most of the time. Then we hosted Villa. Again, Erling Haaland again on the score sheet. Virgil van Dijk, who's having a cracking season as well. He's got like 7-8 goals for us in total. And Pedri with another. Then we hosted Brighton. Tougher sort of game. I forgot to make any substitutions in this game. But we won 1-0, Mo Salah. Then we hosted Leicester in the Carabao Cup and we beat them 2-0 again. Trent with another goal and then Pedri with another one for him. Then we went away, had like a mediocre game against Norwich. Took us just 10 minutes to score, but then we just couldn't break them down, even after they went down to 10 men in the 77th minute. They nearly scored right at the death as well. Then comes Juventus, the first Champions League game, away. I would have been happy with a draw. Yeah. We came out 2-0 winners. Ansu Fati and then Erling Haaland yet again. Then we hosted West Ham at home. A nice 4-1 victory. Mbappe with a brace, finally getting his first couple of goals for the club. And Erling Haaland and Curtis Jones. Then we went away to Club Brugge, where we had a scare. We went behind in the 26th minute. And it took us to, as you can see, the 77th minute for Andrea Belotti to finally get his first goal for the club. And then Pedri with another one. And then the last game that we've just had, Wolverhampton Wanderers. 3-1. You can say Pedri, Mbappe. So Pedri continuing his goal scoring. Mbappe seems to be finding his feet. Belotti seems to be finding his feet with the third. Richarlison pulled one back for them. I believe I saw they have Julian Draxler playing for them as well now. But today's episode for you guys is going to be Lyon and Brighton. So hopefully we can keep going with the 100% in the Champions League against Lyon. We are at home. It's our first home game in the Champions League this year. And then, Brighton, who are 10th in the league. But this is the team that we'll be facing Lyon today. So we're going with Alisson in goal, a familiar back four of Robertson, Van Dijk, De Ligt and Alexander-Arnold. Declan Rice now is a deep line playmaker in central midfield. So obviously we've gone to 4-2-3-1. Bellingham as the key, tough, box-to-box midfielder. Mbappe, of course, on the left. Pedri as the playmaker through the middle. We're going with Mane today on the right with Haaland up top. We'll probably have Ansu Fati come on at some point for Mane. Fati, like I say, is doing superb as well. But without further ado, let us head into the match. Alright, and here we are, looking at the lineups. Obviously, there's ours. And then we've got a Lyon squad. Dembele is starting. Aouar on the left, Shaqiri on the right. You see, that's how the league stands at the moment for our group. Without further ado, let's just kick the match off. So, here we go. Like I said, we've had such a good run of form. Can we keep it going in this match? So we've got a free kick here. It's going to happen. Robertson whips it in. Virgil at the back post, but over the bar. Man, that's some unlucky football. I was hoping Virgil was going to give us a nice early lead there. Just encourage your team. There is Virgil. Over to De Ligt, who again is another one having a good start to his career at Liverpool. Virgil out to Robertson. What's Robertson going to do? Gets the ball in. Oh, it's Mbappe. I think he kind of stole the ball from the feet there. It could have been him or Haaland, I think, with the goal there. Mbappe sliding in, just nicks it. So, Robertson crosses in. Oh, it was Mbappe who was stood up. It was Haaland trying to slide in and nick it. Yeah, 1-0 up. That's what we need. Calm us down. Get a second one. Mbappe through to Haaland. And that's a penalty, surely. Come on, ref. Clear-cut penalty. There's no need to go to VAR for this. Brought down. Should even be a yellow, maybe even a red. It's Haaland to take as well. Erling Haaland. Sends the keeper the wrong way. Nice and easy. There's no doubting. This man just always manages to find a way to put the ball in the back of the net. Yeah, we shall keep on going. Right. Yeah. Let me know what you think of start to the season. Obviously you've not seen much of it, but with like the way Pedri is developing, do you think he's going to be like a superstar for us? Or do you think he's going to back off? I did look at also bringing Emile Smith-Rowe, but they wanted over 200 million for him. Him and Pedri rotating in that role would have been superb. I mean, we've got Bobby Firmino that I'm using there. Curtis Jones can slot in there. There's Pedri. What a strike. You see what I mean about Pedri. Superb effort. And that makes it 3-0 to Liverpool. Mane played it back to Virgil. Virgil just slots this superbly for Pedri, who just turns. Look at the bend on that. That was ridiculous. Yeah, that's Pedri, boys and girls. This year. He is going to be a player I think I end up signing quite a lot in FM this year. Dressing room. Alright, yep. You know what, we're even going to make some changes just to freshen up. We're going to rest Pedri. I'm going to give Curtis Jones a run out. That's the only one I'm going to make. I just want to rest Pedri. I don't want him breaking. Only 19 years old. So we'll see what Curtis Jones can do in this role. There's Trent. Mane. Back to Trent, whipped in. There's Haaland, his second of the night, fourth for Liverpool. Yeah, we're just a dominant force again, aren't we? Brilliant. And Bean. If it wasn't for that Man United game, I think we could possibly go undefeated all season. Yeah, I think that Man United game just came too early in the league for like our players to be fully gelled. De Ligt has taken a knock, so we'll bring Kanate on for him. Colado's fouled Mane there. Nothing comes from it though. Alright, here's Bellingham. Through to Mbappe. Remember, we've only got one change left. Here's Curtis Jones. Through to Haaland. Mbappe. Oh, unlucky from Mbappe. So unfortunate. Alright, here's a free kick now. Trent to take. Kanate. Oh. Cracking free kick. Just couldn't quite get it in the back of the net. Alright, last change. Who's it going to be? I think we will take Sadio Mane off and bring on Ansu Fati. Give Fati the last few minutes of this. Right, Haaland into Fati. There's Haaland again. All the way back to Rice. Now Jude Bellingham. Over to Robertson. Just comes down this left-hand side. Whipped in. And there's Haaland for his hat-trick. No, he was onside. It's the right side of the defender. Goal review check. Goal awarded. See? Told you. And that's his hat-trick. Robertson just charging down this left-hand side has been superb this season. Haaland is back to goal on the volley. That's just a thing of beauty. Yeah. Bruges must be Bruges beating Juventus. Alisson claims it. I'll have a look after the match. Right, here's Virgil. Because if they are, that could be genius. Could end up with no Juventus in the knockout rounds. Here's Curtis Jones now. Pulling all the strings as the playmaker. Oh, what an effort by Curtis Jones. He was awarded the room. There's Lopez. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Playing against Leon and seeing some of these players like Lopez or Dembele just reminds me of the Leon live save, the work the space did a few years back. Here's Trent. And Ansu Fati back to Trent. Whipped in. It's Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones with his left foot tucks it in at the near post. The ref is looking at it. It looks like it might be given. Everyone's starting to head back towards the middle. Disallowed. Ooh, interesting. Who was offside? Mbappe just offside, interfering with like the keeper's view. Yeah. Seeing some of these remind me so much of that save that Workless Space did. But yeah, we won that quite comfortably. Nicely done. So did Bruges beat Juventus? It did, 1-0. That throws the group right open. So we play Lyon again next. And then if Bruges can beat Juventus again, that'll be us and Bruges through pretty much. So let's out for 3 weeks. 2 weeks. We left it to the physio. Yeah, 5-0. Nice easy cruise. Classy Haaland. Superb. Nicely done. I shall see you in a minute, folks, for the game against Brighton in the Premier League. Alright, and here we are, folks. The team that will be taking on Brighton in the Premier League. So Alisson in goal, Robertson, Van Dijk, Kanate in for De Ligt because of that injury. Alexander-Arnold, Bellingham, Rice, Mbappe, Pedri, Fati back in the starting lineup, and Erling Haaland. Oh yeah, we need Habercorn, not Kelleher in goal. He's now homegrown at a club as well. I remember correctly. Information, eligibility, club's trained at, yeah. So he's now a homegrown at club player as well. Which helps obviously with registration. And the fact that he's potentially going to be better than Alisson. Right. He did play a couple of games as well. I don't know if I mentioned that in the last episode. Has made a couple of appearances for us. Off the bench, I think they were, but yeah. He became the youngest ever player in the Club World Championship. I think Bellingham's the youngest ever scorer in the Super Cup now. So, yeah, we are breaking some records. But let's just get the match underway. An earlier game. Later today, we've got the West Brom, Southampton and Arsenal Brentford games. So yeah, as you can see, Man UFC have 2 games in hand on us, but we are 7 points clear of them as it stands. This will probably put us more ahead. Here's Fati. Pavlenka. Kanate in the book, early. He's going to have to be careful for the rest of the match. But now it's Trossard. Wall blocks it. Alright then. So I wonder where Robert Sanchez is then. They've got Pavlenka in goal. Alisson, hoofed upfield. Lallana, through to... Lallana tries to slide it through. Alisson gathers. Don't know why he fell down like that to pick it up, but it's Virgin now. Andy Robertson gives it to Mbappe. Superb ball through for Haaland. Smashes it over the bar though, unlike Haaland. Alright, here goes. Trossard. Trent nicks it. Now Pedri to Haaland. Back to Bellingham. Now Declan Rice. Kanate. Over to Virgil. Back to Robertson. Cuts back. Mbappe. Now Pedri. Feeds it back to Mbappe. He's clean through. Mbappe! Ooh. Really in the top corner from Mbappe. But yeah. Interesting to see where Robert Sanchez went. Virgil! Great corner from Trent. Virgil just outleaps everyone. Yet again. Just slipped away from his marker, slipped into some open space. What more do we need? Now. Here we go. Just nice, steady. Yeah, so that puts us 9 points clear with 2 games. Them having 2 games in hand. It's potentially 3 points ahead of Man UFC once they've played their games in hand. Here's Alisson now. Hoofs it upfield. House gets it. Cucurella. Lana. Trossard. Mark Rocker. House. Saicedo. Interesting to see how Saicedo does for them. So obviously he was linked to IRL with Manchester United as well, before he went to Brighton. Yeah. Right, that was the first half. 1-0. Doing alright. Let's continue. Everyone's looking quite fit. Trent's the worst in conditioning at the moment. But the way he's bombing up and down that pitch, I'm not surprised. Here's Robertson now. Looking for Virgil again. He's also on a yellow card now. So our central defensive partnership have to be careful for the rest of this match. Yeah. I mean, I am just amazed at how well Pedri is developing and the impact he is having on matches. But yeah, I hope that continues that way. Right. Get to tactics. Zagadou can come on for Trent. And we'll, for our final change, I think we'll take off Haaland and put Belotti on. Obviously, the more football Belotti gets, the better. I'd like to see him bag like 15 goals, 10 to 15 goals for us by the end of the season, which I think he'll do easily. I mean, I've had Belotti in previous FMs score like 30, 40 goals a season in the Premier League for me. House for them now, coming forward. Zakiri. Oh, now Bellingham hoofs it clear. Ostergaard. Back to Pavlenka. Tarkovsky. Here's Trossard. Zakiri looks for Trossard. Alisson saves. Superbly done. He's offside anyway. Virgil. Canate. Virgil. Robertson, Bellingham, Mane now. Looks to play it through for Belotti, but Ostergaard's there to cover. Yeah, cut out. Now here's Ansu Fati. On to Belotti. Belotti! Oh. Would have been a good finish by Belotti. Oh. What tight affair. I think we should have won it by more, but a 1-0 win will do me nicely. Alright, continue. Yeah, we'll probably come back. So, Mbappe's only out for 3 days, that's fine. Van Dijk and Pedri are tired. Van Dijk does well. How many goals has he got this season now? So he's got 4 in the league, 5 in total. Yeah, let's take a look. I want to see where Robert Sanchez is or has gone. Right to Brighton. Still there. He's out injured. No wonder. I thought he might have left. Yeah, that's that. 7 wins in a row. As for the schedule, when it loads, that's better. We will probably come back. Again, we'll get this chunk of games done. And I'll come back for Bruges and Tottenham. Unless obviously there's another game that slots in there. And they will be obviously the last 2 games of before the World Cup. And then obviously we'll come back in January probably. I'll probably then play all the way through to the end of January. See if there's any more business. Because like I say, I want to blast through the season. And get it finished for Tuesday. But that being said, boys and girls, that will wrap up this episode. And if you are enjoying it, again, remember, leave a good old like, because that helps with the YouTube algorithm, gets more eyes on the series. And also, if you haven't already, which you're mad if you haven't, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell for notifications so you know when the videos go live. See you on the flip side, guys.